Last week, Steelwool dropped the biggest update for Security Breach yet, and honestly, one of the biggest game updates I've seen in general. I've read the whole thing twice, so you don't have to, and today I'm going to showcase some of the most important updates, as well as what they teased for the future of this game in their post. It's no surprise that Fnaf Security Breach was released in an unfinished manner. I mean, there are countless videos of people breaking this game beyond repair. You could unload the whole game by jumping and entering Freddy at the same time. Someone accidentally made an army of Monties. Most casual playthroughs saw at least one or two major bugs. The game was nearly unplayable. So a few months later, Steelwool did a large but fast patch. They reduced the game size and fixed some of the more game-breaking bugs. But that was it for a while. A lot of us, myself included, thought that this was the only thing that the game was going to get, the only band-aid that maybe could have fixed it. Once we got the ruined DLC teaser, it was kind of the final nail in the coffin. We all just assumed that Steelwool moved on to bigger and better things for the game and left its state to be where it is. And then they proved us wrong like a week later. Out of nowhere, we got this monster of a patch, all with a direct message as a bow on top. I've got the full patch notes in the description, but again, I'll read the important bits here, so don't feel like you've got to do your own research. Trust me, an anonymous internet man. Quote, "A couple of weeks ago, we pushed a new patch for the console version of Security Breach. That patch contained a whole bunch of fixes, but was specifically released in order to add Japanese localization to support the launch of our physical version in Japan. The reason we hadn't released patch notes until now is because we wanted to add a few more fixes that were cut off due to the hard deadline. At the bottom of this post is the list of changes/fixes that went into both that patch and the one we're currently releasing. As you'll see, this is a non-trivial release for us." They continue with, "Given the size of this patch and the previous major patch, we're generally content with the game as it currently stands, but we know it can always be better. There'll be other patches in the future, they're just not likely to be as major as the ones you've seen." They go on to mention that they're working on the DLC, but they have nothing to show as of yet. They also announced that their new merch store is launching, and they have a limited edition Pride line, and all the proceeds of that are going to charity. Nice. And then at the end they added, "That's it for now, but you'll be hearing from us again in the not too distant future with another exciting announcement. Something many of you have been waiting for." I got really excited thinking about what this could mean. More updates, DLC news, and then I realized this game still isn't ported to Xbox. So it's probably just going to be ported to Xbox. Cool. I already own it. With the set dressing out of the way, let's get into the meat and bones of this update. Again, there's a lot here, but I'm only going to be showcasing the significant updates that really shake things up. Basically, I'm trying to find out if they fixed this game. On the gameplay side, they updated most of the pathing for a lot of the animatronics, like Roxy and Roxy Raceway, Monty and Gator Golf. They even updated Vanny's pathing in her boss fight. Although, calling this a boss fight is using the term quite liberally. You kind of just walk away from her quickly. They added even more bug fixes, like a lot of them. You can finally remap your controls. They updated the hitboxes for most interactable objects and save stations, the upgrade terminal and arcade machines. This should hopefully fix the issues with soft locking, like my infamous pre-post 6 AM save station Afton ending soft lock, or PPSASAE for short. You can finally stun the animatronics in the Afton boss fight, and it actually works properly now. One of my favorite glitches was Quantum Freddy, and it was patched. Monty and Roxy can now search hiding spots when they couldn't before. The Glamrocks actually stay put after the daycare when they used to just vanish. There's a lot more here, but all these little things really add up. But some of my favorite updates in this patch were in the aesthetic category. They added environmental fog, and now adjusting the brightness turns up and down the actual lights in-game. Cutscenes don't have forced brightness as they did in the past. They fixed some awkward moments where the animatronics would act in weird ways or get stuck, and some other visual bugs. Do you understand what this means? We can make the game a little bit scary now. One of my biggest gripes with the game on release, besides the bugs, was that it wasn't scary. The brightness just affected the visual brightness, whereas the environment itself was always bright, lit, and friendly. You could see all the way across the mall. But now, with these settings, it doesn't fix the major horror problems here. Like, the models are still bad and not very scary. Or, God forbid, the huge problem of you not hitting the subscribe button to help my small channel. At least, luckily, you can fix that second problem by hitting the button. I want you to subscribe to the channel. But they also added a lot of charm features, things that just make me like the game more. They implemented the fast quotes for elevator rides.
Did you know that everyone loves pizza? Yes, it's true. Based on a double-blind study from a leading fast fare publication and scientists, 100% of those questioned would choose pizza over any other food group, even people with wheat and dairy allergies. This has been another fun fast fact.
And although I haven't been able to find footage about this because apparently I'm the only one that cares, according to the patch notes, they added game over and working title screens for Princess Quest, meaning this wasn't actually on purpose, which makes me feel vindicated. Although I don't know for sure. Again, I can't find any footage on this, so I'm just gonna have to play through the game again. I probably will on Friday. This Friday. Like 6 hours after the video. On Twitch. Link in the description. However, I do need to address the elephant in the room. Mazer size got worse. You hate Mazer size, I hate Mazer size. Both times I've done Mazer size, I messed up the guaranteed method on a fresh save and I've had to do it manually. However, now everyone will have to do it manually because the guaranteed method only works on a fresh save. And for whatever reason, they changed it so now Mazer size saves wherever it was, even if you die or restart your save. So there's no way to cheese Mazer size, we have to manually actually do it if we mess it up the first time, which is very easy because the button hitboxes suck. But hey, maybe that hitbox fixing, they did actually fix those buttons. Who knows? All in all, does this patch fix security breach? Well, it definitely makes it more playable, and it even makes it a little bit more scary, but I still think there's a glaring issue with this game that no patch can fix. I'll get more into that next week, but for now, I think this patch is a great job and a great step in the right direction, and it really shows that Steelwool still loves this game. And if you want to know what this game is saying about the lore in general, I got kind of a crazy crackpot theory last week on whether Gregory died. It's weird, but it kind of makes sense. Shout out as always to the best patron Emberisk, and until next time, as always, stay toasty.